morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Ooh, good to see you, everyone. Fantastic. Howard, Antonio, Tim, Ash, Mike, Paul Tranny here, as well as the one and only Kyle Grady, otherwise known as Kyle Gradient, was getting a little choked up earlier. He's like, no, this is the last day.
It's my last day here, you know.
So,
like, where do I go from here?
I know, what do you do? Like, just play the replays over and over.
Just reminisce.
Like, just
all day.
Tears in your coffee. There are replays, just so you know. Just check the replay tab, and you can see the past 2 days, because kind of what we're doing is continuation of those. So it's going to be super fun. But this is day 3 on Adobe Live, so we really appreciate you joining us this morning. Marissa Blair, otherwise known as XOPixel, did the Daily Creative Challenge. Kyle's up. We have him for 2 hours with a special segment in there thrown in. Lisa with Marissa, and then Jermaine Boca this afternoon. So, full day. Hang out with us all day long if you can. Paras and Jason and Mark and Gautam, we want to welcome you. We want to know where you're from as well. Where are you hailing from? Would be cool to see just kind of where you are at. We are here in beautiful San Francisco.
Stunning here.
It's stunning.
It is stunning.
We're like trying to I don't know if we're trying to convince ourselves of that. It's so funny. It's like I honestly think the people make this place, to be honest.
100%.
Right? It's
100%.
like the people you meet is like awesome.
Yeah.
You know. And there are beautiful parts of it, but you know.
For sure. Oh, Evan's here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Ireland's in the house. Eugene, Oregon. Eugene, I've never been to Eugene. I'm sure it's beautiful because Oregon's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Never been, but
yeah. As well as Ireland, I'm sure it's PGH. Yeah. That's right.
It's a coworker. Hi, Teresa.
Oh, coworker. Hi, Teresa. Good to have you. Hungary's in the house. Awesome. We are really thankful for you. Berlin, Bronx, New York. Fantastic. Lead designer, let us know where you're from. I know you said you love the show, and I think you're meant to be here the way you have your sketched little avatar, and just by your name, you are in the right place. So, all are welcome. We're going to do some random sort of chat and win giveaways. We're going to have a special portfolio review today is what's happening. So that will be super cool, and I can talk all about that as well here in a second. So what is the plan today, my friends?
Yeah, so just a recap. You know, we're working on a mentor-mentee app, so just a mobile application to connect people to mentors and kind of get that guidance, whether it's for professional development or what have it. It's going to be focusing on like the design and tech field, so you know that could be scaled to many other fields, but that's kind of like where we're at.
That's what I love about it, is because it can be scaled, and I think these like niche markets for something like this could go over quite well.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I feel like it's a needed and useful app. So
yeah,
but it's pretty cool. But yeah, so
right now you do have a mentor for this. You're defining a specific category like design. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Design mentors.
Yeah. So.
Do you have a design mentor?
I do. It's Peter Del Tonda. I think he was here maybe a month ago. A couple of days ago.
Oh, yeah. So he's been
around.
He's
been in the chat for sure.
He just pops up randomly.
If you see him in the chat, say hi.
He's never left.
No.
He just kind of appears
he's always here.
Out of nowhere.
He's always here.
He's always here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, for sure.
In the heart.
Right here.
Peter Del Tonda and a lot of our guests. And I really appreciate you because you've been fantastic, by the way. The past couple days, been like, I don't want you to go, and I hope we get to see you soon for sure.
Oh, that'd be great.
Be awesome.
That'd
but yeah,
great.
I think Evan agrees. Like, this looks really good. If you kind of zoom in on some of those screens, you can even kind of, I don't know if you can start maybe from the
get-go. Yeah, let's just a recap. That's kind of where I'll hit play.
And you just knocked this out. You're like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. And I try to move fast a little bit, you know, just kind of get some stuff done out of the way. And it's a lot easier. I don't know. I think we talked about it yesterday about, I'm not going to say like the faster you move, but like if you spend less time on a project, you're like most likely to be less emotionally tied to it, right? So
that's like
taking
the
feedback's a little
big
bit easier.
takeaway I've had this week too. Is like
I like it a lot. I think it's a good way.
Don't get married to something because your boss might tell you to divorce it. So.
Hella possible, right?
It's very sad.
So kind of like where we're at is we went through the logins and the onboarding process of the application. We'll kind of just like walk through. You kind of put your information in, your image, Cute little wine sign
Yeah.
there. Cute little illustration.
Oh, I actually put in an illustration of me. I have a quick picture in the CC libraries. Yeah, if you scroll down.
Oh, let me guess which one.
That is that one.
Yes.
So,
I'll replace that for
just
sure.
for fun.
So
it was good times.
But yeah. So you kind of continue through it. You can select your categories. We will be putting icons in this today quickly.
That's my job. I apologize.
Oh, you're okay. All good. All good. Areas of focus. So when you do click design category, you can kind of select what you're into. So you had design with the focus. Oh, that, again, needs to be updated. That symbol. I messed that one up. See, everyone makes mistakes. This was just kind of our card layouts of like our options. I think we went with this one right here.
Yeah.
So from there, we kind of like, you can see all your mentors that you have available per that topic, right? You can filter through them, put ratings, and there you are. Look at you.
Look at all these made-up awards and, I don't know, like places and experience. It's all lies.
I know, you're crushing
just
it.
Like lies. Just peppered with lies.
So, yeah, so basically, it's funny because I was thinking about it, and there is no navigation right now, and that's mainly just because you're still in the onboarding process, right? You're just kind of trying to find a mentor to connect with. But I figured today we'd kind of add that navigation in once you, and this is just an experiment, but something fun to do.
But I think that will be fun to work with, like having that card experience.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. So that's where we're at today, and so for what I was thinking about doing now is just kind of continue that profile, and once you're actually inside the app, kind of where you go from there, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I was going to pick up today.
Yeah.
For sure.
Into it. So welcome, everyone. I did see, who was it? Lee Designer's actually here with her brother from Greece. So that's awesome.
Welcome.
Greece is in the house.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome. So yeah, looks like Alec loves it, and it's all good.
Thank you.
What's up, Kevin, my friend? Yeah, so this is really fun, man. I mean, I think for the, it's hard dealing with like a lot of information, but I think you're executing it real well with these like hints of color, these subtle gradients. Like, is there a subtle gradient even on that continue button?
There is.
Yeah, there's
just a
little,
small little.
Just like
subtle,
not many people. Just all of us designers will notice. Everybody else is
most people be like, oh, it's a purple button.
Yeah,
it's like,
but I'm
no.
like, I'm into it.
It is a gradient button. Thank you. So yeah,
very cool.
So cool.
Pootree, what's up? Good to have you here as well. So, and so yeah, are you gonna continue on with where you at right now? What are you gonna do?
Where I'm at right now, I think I'm just gonna take your profile and duplicate it with Command D. Oh, that was the wrong artboard. But yeah, kind of take it from there. And this is like, the way I kind of saw it working is once you message the mentor and they kind of agree to like, okay, like, yeah, like I'm all for it. You guys connect well. Maybe on the back end side, there's like something like there's also an admin side to this, right? Or the mentor side, because right now we're doing the sign in as like as a mentee.
Yeah.
So this onboarding flow and this user flow is all for the mentee side. So there's definitely gonna have to be like a mentor side of the app as well. We probably won't get that today, but yeah, I'll definitely put this up somewhere for people to take a look at after and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
For sure.
Yeah, Tiana really likes just the bright concept, and I think the color schemes, everything's working really well for the amount of just like information you kind of move through. It still feels like light and airy, and
yeah,
I
understand.
Good choice with the colors.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it felt right because the colors like I was going for. I mean, it's a pretty popular color scheme for sure. It's very trendy, but I mean, I don't know. To me, it's like blue. Has a level of professionalism to it. Green kind of sparks that learning and creativity. Yeah. And then purple's kind of curiosity, right? So to me, that combination of those.
Did you just make that up?
Doesn't every designer? No. Color theory is where it's at,
No, it's true. Like blue's everybody's, 40% of the population, that's their favorite color. Okay. And it's obviously a very peaceful color. Like and somebody mentioned the other day, like kind of like rolling waves, but it feels like very peaceful. Like, hey, you know what? You're gonna trust us. It's calm. We're gonna take care of you.
Right. And I don't know, the way I see it is like if I was looking for a mentor and it took me a while, like the state of mind I'd be in, it's like, I'm just really looking for information. So don't make it like too colorful to the point where it's like overwhelming, right? And
yeah.
So yeah.
And again, we can go on and on about color theory, but it's looking really good.
So let's get some icons going, right?
Oh, I feel like I owe you some icons. I owe you so much.
Oh, I actually put them in a library. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah.
I do want to kind of point out real fast, and
Go for it.
just kind of switch over. You're hopefully in the chat tab. Go over to portfolio review, and that's what's happening today. So go ahead and fill out this form. Submit your portfolio through that form. It's basically your Behance page is what it is, and we'll pick a couple of those and review them for each segment. So we'd love to check out your work, especially if you're taking part in the Daily Creative Challenge. Then put those in your portfolio, and we'd love to check it out as a whole. And we don't pick it's not like we're going with like the best ones. We usually, pick a range is what it comes down to. So we'll probably end up reviewing 2, just so you know. We'll usually pick maybe, obviously something that's related to UX UI this week.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Me too.
Label that one.
Maria's like, go Kyle. Go Kyle.
There we go. Command 3. That is not what I'm doing. That's okay. Look at you, though. Look at you.
Command 3. Boom. Like,
I mean, they're just zooming on the artboard.
I'm too cool to look at the camera right now. I'm too cool for it. But it's nice that we've been able to, work together using CC libraries at least.
Right.
Whether you use my images or not, either way, but you do have access to them.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Tim. We won't rip your work to pieces if you submit your... Imagine how depressing that would be.
Like,
what is this? What, you just flip your laptop?
Everybody.
What is this? I forget this. What? I can't believe what? Really, I can't believe this.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Like, I wonder why nobody's submitting their portfolios. Imagine that. But I will say that niceties, you don't really learn anything with niceties.
No. I mean,
it does take a critical eye to learn something,
Oh, for sure. Because I know, if for example, when I met Peter, I think the first couple of times I was like, I need you to just tear apart my work. Just tear it apart.
Because that's kind of where you were at. Just let me know.
For sure.
Plus, he's a nice guy. He probably wasn't going to.
Oh, yeah. No. I don't know. He has a great eye, and the work he produces is just, it's stunning. So,
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that is good.
That's how you learn, right? When you get good feedback, and I'm a firm believer, any feedback's good feedback. So.
Yeah, should be. Even with this, the whole idea of having this mentor app, here you want somebody to be, sure, encouraging, but maybe helpful is kind of what you're going for. Right. That's what I'd want in a UX UI mentor. If they're just nice all the time, you're like, okay, fine, I'm not learning anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's how, tough decisions and tough feedback.
Yeah. But also realize that, who knows the difference between, a good opinion or good feedback and bad feedback. You just don't, it's something that's going to be resonating with you.
Right, it's kind of how you take it as a person, right? And it's if you get offended by it, then, it's not good.
Yeah, and really what you need to do is kind of sleep on it. Whenever you have that really negative feedback and you get all upset,
take a step on, take a little break, take a walk,
take a little break,
step away from everything.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep that up there.
Yeah, Caroline, you are right. This is a sort of a Tinder swipe type.
It sure is.
App. Yeah. Pick your mentor. I'm like, hey, what's up? What's up, mentee?
What's up?
Pick me.
All right.
Ooh, I like this. You're going to add a little more to this.
Yeah. I don't know why that's there.
But it's good. You take what works. I mean, I think, Tinder kind of gamified dating. You're kind of...
Yeah.
There's a certain gamification here. And, it's going to make it kind of fun.
Make this a little bit larger. No?
Tinder swipe is everywhere. Yeah, I'm wondering if you've seen that pop up anywhere else. That whole this Tinder swiping in any other apps or just any place else. You might have seen it pop up. I'm kind of curious.
A lot of places, right? I mean, I don't know. I think there's what's that career app where it's kind of like Tinder, but it's for professionals. It's how you connect to a job.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but
they just have
they use the same functionality.
Yeah.
It's newer too, right?
Is it Indeed? Or I thought actually Monster released an app.
Maybe. Yeah.
And it seemed very much like with a swipe or whatever. That's what they made it sound like. Indeed. Maybe it is Indeed. Shaper, I'm interested in that. Don't know what it is.
Oh, see, so how's it going?
There's Bumble as well, which does a
geez.
similar swipe type of method, which the founder of Bumble actually is from Tinder as well. So
Why does it do that?
what do you?
Every time I drag it in, it like blurs first and then.
Yeah, it's trying to like load it in.
I'm
It's
just,
kinda
maybe
like-
I'm just impatient. Shaper, that sounds about right. I'm pretty sure. Thanks, Teresa. Coming through, bro.
You know, it'd be also. I really like the. Yeah.
There we go. Now we're cooking. And then I need.
What are these icons for?
So this is
What do you-
the. I'm thinking like I'm gonna make the navigation for once you and your mentor have actually connected. And like every profile will have like the options to, go home, see their calendar, maybe video chat with them.
Oh, all
stuff
those.
like that.
So you have the video icon. Okay.
So like basically the navigation will be per mentor instead of a full app. So like, so there's really nothing like once you're on board and once you're in there, it's not like you need like a home page, right? It's just like you're going in there to get your mentor. And if we do have a home page, it could be like any page of like maybe your upcoming session or when the next scheduled call may be.
These are
kinda
basically
thinking
like,
out loud here.
so basically me as the mentor have swiped right on them. So basically we're matched up, and
Correct.
this is like almost like the next steps.
Yeah. So then at that, it's like it'll take you to their profile where you can maybe schedule a lesson, video chat. There
Very
probably will be
cool.
a home. Trying to just find. I need a cog.
You click home, they just pop up in your home.
Oh, for sure. Like they're
Yeah.
there. They're just like
Just like-
automatically there.
Oh, hi.
Hey, don't mind me.
what are you doing?
You got coffee?
So did I see Chris wants to be a full-time UX UI designer, wants to get some
Nice.
feedback. I do hope we select your portfolio because that's a step in the right direction. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, there we go. And that's our whole goal. Like we don't give people work just to do work. We're trying to
Right.
build careers, and we want people to have fun, you know?
It's a community, right?
Yeah.
So like it's all about just making people better and.
And like again, it's like learning, you know, like
Right. I'm all about it. I am here for it.
I like it a lot. And it's actually typically the theme or the topic varies from week to week, just so you know. This week is the sort of UX UI week. And we have everything from illustration to branding, photography, video production, all the fun stuff. So yeah, it's good stuff. Hello, Sarah from Spain. Gotta love Spain. We were just talking about Spain the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful place. I don't know who I was talking about it with, but
I just want to move this. It's not moving.
why don't you move?
It is not
Is it-
moving.
Is it hard to grab? Because if it's a line
Maybe.
item, then it can be kind of. There you go. Yeah. Right? Just move.
Maybe that's why I shouldn't
move.
use line icons. There we go. Now we're cooking. I feel like that's the most important one.
So yes, we do have chat and WAN. That's what that little clock is on the other side. That little timer. Whoop, over there. Whoop.
Hey,
As I poke you in your ear, sorry. But chat and win on the other side, less than 10 minutes. We'll just do a fun giveaway because we can. And it'll be good. So yeah, just so you know, Adobe XD is available for Mac and Windows. And in fact, we have a starter plan, which basically it's like for free. And I'm like, I have bills to pay, Adobe. Why are we giving stuff away all the time? Even in for Typekit, we added 600 new fonts 2 weeks
nice.
ago. All sorts of things, and all the free design resources for these icons. By the way, did you found those somewhere?
Yeah,
You
they
have
were
like a resource or like floating around in the interwebs or what?
just on the dark web, like real secret
We
stuff.
get everything from the dark web.
Yeah, I mean that's where it's at, right? Like that.
You always
that is
log
money.
in the dark web for the most innocent things because I need a gear icon. I better log into the dark web. It's like, no, that's okay.
I better secretly download this. Yeah, it's like I think it's linear icons.
Okay.
It's a quick pack.
Very cool. I've been digging the Noun project, and like I kind of forgot about it for a little bit, just because I ended up with like such a mass of icons in and of it, that I have. So I have those files, but I like the Noun project too. And there's another one that's browser based that allows you could search on a home button, and you can pick whether you want it filled or lined. You can define the color. So there's like a certain amount of customization before you even like sort of copy the SVG. I wish I could remember. Not a very helpful host if I can't remember. Sorry.
I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks, man. Brianna Gable is asking, you live in Pittsburgh?
I sure do.
Are you in Pittsburgh, Brianna?
Oh, nice.
Like, let us know.
Where at?
Let us know your exact address.
All of it.
Where you live
I'm
right
not creepy
now.
though, I promise.
No, just joking. Don't do that. We don't need addresses. The only person that needs your address is Adobe Live if you happen to win Chat and Win. That's just
true.
like free
That is
gifts that we give away stuff, and then we have Gus run to your house, knock on the door, hand you the gift, and giggle and run away.
Giggle
like a little elf.
I could see him. I could see him giggling.
He's like, I think he gets to go to Argentina, actually, I think.
Oh,
He was
wow.
one of the winners from Argentina yesterday, so.
That's right. He's going to hand deliver it. Right?
Yeah, hand deliver it. It's all over the place.
Let's just see here. Where are we at with this?
Do you ever wonder how
figure this out.
how we did work before there were like smart guides? The fact that you can tell the spacing between those icons.
Eyeing up everything.
Huh?
I don't know. Like me, like before I used those, I just eyed everything.
You just eyed it. You know what I would do? Tell me what you do. You probably did this too. You would draw another box. And then you drag.
So that you knew that.
You're like, this box is this big, and you drag the box over. Oh yeah, that's good. That's what we used to have to do.
It's all right. Because before this, like my workflow was in Illustrator. Like everything was in Illustrator. Didn't matter if it was mobile app, web application, website,
Oh,
everything.
I'm okay with it.
And I would draw like 64 pixel squares. And like I'd have increments of 8, and I'd have like maybe like 8 to 10 different squares, different sizes, so I knew what the space.
Yeah, that's funny. It's like little.
It was
hacks.
rough. Like my workflow was slow. All right. Oops.
Oh yeah. Howard, thank you. The screenshot tool on Mac gives you coordinate like sizes. So you can do Shift. You do Shift Command 4, and then it gives you those specific coordinates to see. Like that. This is
Gotcha.
what it looks like, in case everybody's wondering. But this is the screenshot coordinate, like. So you can tell, like, that's pretty cool. I like the screenshot. 99. Boop. 100. Unless you add a lot of coffee. You're like,
Right, and then you're just like,
I had too much coffee.
jitters. That's too funny. I don't like these icons. This navigation. It's not flowing right with me.
What is not flowing?
I don't know, these icons together. Like I think they all just need to be the same.
I like them. I don't know what you're expecting.
I don't know, something about it feels weird. Like the heights are off. No, not to you. Maybe I'm just being really too picky.
I think you're being a little picky, which is what makes you good at your job, by the way.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. That's fair. It could be better.
Open to suggestions. I do think one thing that's kind of bothering me, though, a little bit is I would like to have the padding on the sides should be equal. Equal. Does that make sense?
Okay. Like between each.
Yeah, like from the edge as well as between each icon.
Okay. I get that. I guess my question, I agree. Not that I disagree there at all.
But it's also your project, too.
Oh, no. I mean, how would we do this? What would
Just
be the
move
best
it up.
solution?
Just like, just eyes. There you go.
Well, no, I'm just
Initially,
32.
There you go.
What is that, 32?
That's pretty good.
0.6.
That already, like, I mean, that's pretty good.
Well, if we take that, what happens if I...
Mark, you were too kind. No, there's no notification when I'm on live because we want people to tune in. Just joking. That's my joke.
Everything's 53 except for these ones, so I'm not sure.
What are you doing?
You want them spaced
Yeah, just
out?
scoot it over this way. You're gonna have to be eyeing it. So yeah, there you go. Even that like looks pretty good. Yeah, just move that in some.
Okay.
But it is your project.
No, I don't know. Like I get what you're saying for sure. I guess I'm just looking
And
at
can you
like this weird
turn that
spacing.
gear like maybe 45 degrees and like rotate it for? I'm just kidding because it would be the same. Can you rotate that gear 90 degrees?
I was like,
That's much better.
I was trying to like.
Could you see a client
I
saying
was trying
that?
to comprehend that. Like,
Can you rotate that
Why you're
90 degrees? That's much better. Looks exactly the same. You crazy things clients say. File that on our crazy things clients
yeah,
say.
that definitely needs to be a thing. That is great.
We do have a little something called a hovering art director, which is like a figurine that's about almost like 6 inches tall. That says these recorded ridiculous phrases.
Really?
By the way. Yeah.
That's funny.
We'll have to dig him up. I think we exhausted him thoroughly. Like, we were over him before he even showed up on the scene, but we used him a lot here. Because he was
funny.
like, can you make it pop? Things like that. Just all those phrases that people say.
So I guess my question is that like from this right here, if you were getting a mentor and you have an app like this, are you just getting one mentor? Or would you expect to have like many? Or, you know, it's like this navigation would make sense if it was just one mentor, because then when you log in, you go to their profile and you can just video chat or book a scheduled lesson, see their profile, and change your settings, right? You can probably do your payment settings in here and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that would
Right?
be on your home page, like when I click home. I think that's a good thought if we had like more time and worked out all the scenarios.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
That's fair.
I will say that what's kind of bothering me a little bit about this is the fact that these are so large. I
Yeah.
feel like in terms of the flow of your eye, like primary, secondary, those two rows are fighting a little bit. Or maybe I
Yeah.
feel like they just need to be smaller. But if you shrink one down, they all should shrink.
Shrink the first one, right?
Or did you break it up?
No, I didn't break it.
Oh, good,
I don't
perfect.
think I did.
Yeah, you should. There you go. I feel like that's
Okay, and then,
like those are smaller, and
and
then
then I guess the bounding box, right? There's a bounding box in there.
yeah, there might be.
Yeah.
And you can adjust that padding. So yeah, buy 2 mentors, get 1 free.
Bogo. Just bring it out here. Does it also maybe catch your eye because they are black and white? And they're like, you know, black is such a
I
bold-
think that what you just did, that makes
Okay.
it just like look much more elegant, in my opinion.
All for it. All for it.
I think that's
Feedback.
that screen's looking great for the fake me with credentials.
The fake you.
Stuff. It's like I know what I'm doing. Oh, look at all these. You know, look at all these fancy logos. But yes,
All right. Actually, it is.
and yes, you can
That's
see
a
these
chat
fireworks in the
with-
background.
Hey-o.
Chat and win. It's time for chat and win. We're gonna give something away to a lucky winner. We're gonna dive into that right now. Welcome back. Pew, 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 pew. That's right. That's exciting. Bursts in the sky
Right.
for chat and win. Because what are we going to do? We're going to give away some fancy, like a little, I don't know, a little pin, a little metal pin.
Yeah, that's cute.
That is cool. Just put that right on your jacket or into your flesh if you're into that. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. But we do have stickers and a pin as well. So we'll just give this away for free to one lucky winner. Just say something like, "Yas, I see you,
I like
Kelsey."
the yes.
Yas. Love the pin, which the pin is actually really cool.
Yeah,
I thought it was
awesome.
PX initially. Then I'm like, oh, turn it up. You have it upside down, Paul.
I did that with the sticker at first.
Did you really?
The XD sticker, yeah.
Did you really? Yeah,
upside down. I was like,
That's
something's wrong with
funny.
this.
I remember
filled
winning.
it out.
I remember getting a sticker when I was a kid in elementary school, and I thought it said "Mom." I was like, "Oh, Mom," and I put it on my notebook, but it was wow. It was kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they gave me a mom sticker. That's nice. And I put it on my notebook. It said mom.
Yes.
I was mama's boy. But we will draw a name at random. Of course, Adobe Live will. We're just the messengers to the one and only.
Oh, congratulations, Luke.
Luke Elsoff.
Nice.
Congratulations, Luke. You're a proud owner of a nice pin. Probably put it on something on fabric and not into your flesh.
Put on my backpacks. Those are cool. On the backpack?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Backpack would be a perfect place. So represent. And this is just because we appreciate you, everyone. And Putri, Lindsay, Luke, Dana, good to see you. Just happy to have friends.
Right on. Friends are good.
We just adopted you as you are our friends, whether you like it or not. Okay? You are our friends.
We're actually going to get rid of...
So Adobe Live will contact you. And there we go. Luke's in chat. There you are. Where does Gus get to go this week, Luke? Let us know where you're from. He wants to know. It's like, where do I gotta book a ticket?
All right. I'm gonna work on that. If it's a video.
What you doing?
If someone's schedules or is on the video tab, let's make that a little bit different than the other icons. I really don't like these. I don't know why. I just...
The what?
The icons.
Well, you know what you could do? Like this is what I would do. You could actually put that whole entire bar, if it's going to stay the same, it could go in your assets panel, and then you could like change it later. Like,
That's true.
All you want across all the screens.
Do you have to nest anything in there, or you just make the whole thing a symbol?
You could do the whole thing as a symbol.
As an asset? Okay.
Or you could do it individually.
Like if I wanted to change a color, could I change it? Do I have to unlink it from a symbol every time, or does that make
so once it's a symbol in your library, of course it's going to change everywhere. Break it apart if you want it to be specific. If you want to highlight one, I would still have the whole bar as a symbol, and then just put a copy on top of it.
Just hide it every time,
and
like make a duplicate of all these, right? And just hide the color ones.
You could. I would actually just do like if you want to highlight just this page, I would just copy that icon and put it on top of the symbol.
Oh, okay, got it.
Like that's
naturally.
That's just something.
Okay.
So Mark might be like in agreement with you. He's like he's currently like not really into line icons. He's kind of struggling with it, but
yeah.
It honestly doesn't bother me at all. I think
Really?
it's like awesome. But again, that's why you're good at your job. Is like
Some just I don't know. I feel like they're unclean, or I don't know. I'm a big fan of like round icons, like line icons are cool, but maybe these are like too thin. You know what I mean? I'm like real picky. Real picky. I really am.
I mean, it would bother me if maybe some of the line icons were different thickness or just had a different style, but they all look consistent.
Yeah.
I will say that maybe they need to be tinted that awesome like bluish purple color or something.
Right.
Like I don't know.
So I was trying to. Before
maybe if the bar is that beautiful gradient and they're white line icons on it.
Stop. We could do that. This is why collaboration's a thing. It's great. Did I select the right one? I think so.
I gotta get you a couple things. And let's just do like,
we need a shadow though. -10.
What do you guys think?
There we go. All right, let's see. Let's make these white.
What do you think, Mark? Let us know. Denim.
Feels right.
Denim.
And then if you're on there, let's just.
That was our
paste.
joke of the week.
I'm trying to think of another joke, but I'm out of them. I'm just not a funny person.
I know you're a funny person. You're hilarious.
Let's.
Yeah, what do you think? That's where it's at now. We have a couple different ideas, and yeah, it works. You kind of like, just chill with it for a bit, and
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. Actually, what it does with the screen is it kind of grounds it.
Fair.
I feel like,
Yeah, breaks it up.
and that's a good. I mean, that's a good.
Let's see what it looks like.
Good thing in terms of layout, like you kind of need something to ground the design typically.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have to be a bar, but you typically like need that. And I know I make the same mistakes over and over again. Like if things are fighting because they're the same size. Like you need to organize things in terms of read, and then you need to just like have that stability there, and that's kind of what that bar does.
I agree.
Ash likes the gradient. Says the gradient is lovely.
Lovely. All right, cool. So
I agree, Victor. The line icons are nice and elegant. And yeah. Let's do it's like in terms of like inspiration. So this is the noun project, by the way. I was just gonna open this up while because it was like if you do get stumped, you could use like of course Behance and do a search for an entire project, but it's just like to see the different styles of like a home sort of icon and like what works and what doesn't. I really love the icons that where they don't complete the whole line. It's a line icon, but it doesn't
then it stops.
complete.
It's like broken.
Yeah, you kind of break it
I like
up.
those.
Yeah,
For sure. I was a big fan of that trend. I don't know if maybe it's still a trend or not, but it's when they are line icons and it's broken, but they also use like parts of it have like rounded dashes as well.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? Like
that would
it's
be
not like a
cool.
dash line, but it's a solid line the whole way. But then like right before it breaks, it has like a dash and a circle maybe, or
Okay.
it's
would
like
be
randomly
cool.
broken up.
And that's the thing.
It's interesting.
Yeah, like yeah. Because otherwise, it's almost too boring in cases.
Right.
What you just described. Kinda cool.
Let's see, desktop. Wait, where was that folder you shared me on? Oh, I know where. Boom, assets. Open. Now we're cooking.
What do you, Ashy? Are you talking about gradients? Are on trend, but will fade out soon. I just like that as a joke. Kind of.
Gradients will fade.
I just like the play on words there. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. I know it's a lot of people think that though, right? Like gradients are just gonna go away, but I feel like they've been around a lot longer than people think they have.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. But that's a good point. Even the same thing with like line icons. You were just talking about.
Yeah.
We were talking about variations in line icons. It's because we're tired of you could be tired of seeing a simple line icon, and when there's something different in it, it's like, oh, that's kind of exciting and just like interesting.
Right.
I really like this. This is fun seeing the picture like full screen. Oscar thinks it's cool design. We got Oscar's approval. Thank you.
Thanks, Oscar. Okay, cool. Let's give it some radius and a soft drop shadow. 10, 30.
I hope gradients stay around forever, just because I want you to. I just like your nickname, Kyle Gradient.
If gradient dies, my heart is my heart's broken.
You gotta change your name. I mean, really.
I know, but it's like it's a brand now.
It's a whole thing.
You're branded. All right, so let's. All right, we need something to break that up. Like a white border. Right, maybe a better drop shadow. It's supposed to be a video.
So this is good, and Merrick. Yeah, you might be right. Like maybe there's not enough contrast in some of this, but that's actually why we're like designing it out. I think once we like test it out, it actually may or may not work. But that's why we prototype this.
Yeah, it's true.
We're prepared to make mistakes early on and often.
For sure.
If there's one thing we can do is we can make mistakes.
Oh.
We can make mistakes like nobody's business.
As long as you learn from the mistakes, that's really
Exactly.
That's where it kind of comes in at.
We are good at making mistakes. Next thing you know, we're just good. Yeah, I agree. Like, are you concealing my identity with that face on my forehead?
I mean, ideally we'd have like a selfie because it's your camera. But
Oh, I
this
see.
is just a
I see.
profession.
Okay, thank you.
I just didn't want anyone to have to submit a selfie unless they want to.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
You know
what
what I
that
mean?
is. So maybe that could be.
So we're about to
moved.
find.
This is pretend like you can move it to the side or whatever.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Eric and Lindsay and Merrick and Sadhaya, Dana, we do have creative jams that we come to your city.
Oh, nice.
And, you could potentially get involved and design an app based on a theme. So you could be doing this under that sort of intense pressure of 3 hours. So what we do there, and I'll let you talk to yourself, because that's what you were doing.
Sorry.
It was good. You're like,
I was like, this is not what I want. This is not working for me.
like, vocalize that. I want to actually hear that.
I was looking for like the.
I want to hear your inner monologue.
Yeah,
like this is. Oh, this
I
is
talk to myself
dumb.
pretty
What is this
often.
like? What am I doing here? What
No,
am I,
it's
what am I
like-
gonna have for dinner? I don't even know. Where am I even?
I'm thinking
Where's
about
my-
dinner
where's-
for sure because
Yeah.
I'm always hungry. It's awful. No, I was hoping to get like when you're on a call, the end button and like the speakerphone and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it wasn't on
Oh,
this
yeah, that's a
kit.
good-
But we'll just make it. We got icons. We got a lot of icons to work with.
I'm yeah.
That's what we got here.
FaceTime?
Cooking.
There we are. Oops.
Boom, 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 boom. This is rough. Sorry, everybody.
No, you're good. I was actually like,
I'm just trying to figure out what icon's gonna work in this pack.
you could zoom in on that. Do you remember the short? This is your test. What's
I do.
the
It's
shortcut
Option,
keys?
2 fingers, and
Control.
Nope, Control.
Woo. And you could just like wherever you put your cursor.
Oh, okay.
So this is in accessibility on Mac, and just so everybody else can see it a little better. It's teeny.
And it's there. Can I move it down? There we go. It's a little better. All I want is there it is. Okay. So we need one of these. How do I just get back? Is there a way to just set it to default?
There you go. You got
Golden.
it.
We're getting there. So we drag that in. There we go. Microphone. Spot mic. Is there a phone?
Yeah, you kind of wish that, like, in terms of like, current trends and stuff like that. Like, when does it, like, maybe when it shows up on a kid's backpack in Walmart, has it reached saturation
Right.
point? I
And
wish
at-
there was something you
at
could
that
look at
point-
and say like, okay, that's officially big time. That's obviously a trend that everybody's on.
Right.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah.
It's also funny because there's also like my coworker Randy. He's our senior UI designer at Skyward, and he had this thing when I first started. It was visual noise, like that's his thing, and I didn't understand it for a long time. So I was like, oh, like it's just you still want to make like aesthetically pleasing things and stuff like that. But to his point, it was like let's just make sure we can take away things that.
Yeah, I like visual noise is that's a good phrase, visual noise.
Yeah.
Because it really is all about, removing any clutter from an interface or
Correct.
whatever the case may be, right?
Oh.
Visual noise. I like it.
Where did it go?
Hey, that's cool, Ross. You do logo branding, print-based projects. That's cool. You have to try XD. Honestly, like, one thing that's cool about it is just how fast it is. I know some
Very.
people that would just use it for like slides. Can you do a presentation? Just because you can make these screens and link everything up really fast, and all the text is tied to a character style. Just that's what they build slides in.
Right.
So yeah, totally works. Caroline says the best interface is no interface.
That's deep.
That is deep. But if the best interface is no interface, then the next question is like, where do
Where do
I
I fit in? Yeah.
Right? And that's why I say, like, you are the design leader. You need to be the person that says, hey, you know what? This should be all audio controlled. Like, you need to be, like, even a lot of designers have become, like, moving into their sort of, like, C-level at companies.
Right.
Like, design leaders sort of dictating all of these decisions, so.
Take that design thinking approach, right? And make it.
Yeah, Tim, I still have the 1500 artboard XD file, just talking about performance. I do.
All right, let's. No,
I have to dig it up.
I locked this. I don't want to be able to select it. I lock
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, did you?
I did lock it.
You did.
It's right here. No?
You could hide it if it's getting in the way, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of. Now I need it. I need you there.
You need me. You need me.
So let's.
You may not want me, but you need me there. You need me on that front line. Right? Little. A Few Good Men. Is that from A Few Good Men? You can't handle the truth. All that. All right. That's all I have today.
All right, let's. Maybe no opacity.
All right. Oh, here we go. Found it. I'll pull that up for you. Welcome, Joseph. Good to have you. Favorite design snack? I know your favorite design snack because it's on your Twitter profile.
Sure is.
Coffee and donuts.
Coffee and donuts. Where it's at.
What? Donut. I got a donut right here.
It's good for your soul.
Norik is calling me side guy. Hey, side guy. You're funny. I'm like side guy. I am like your hype man. I just
you
like,
are.
you don't even need me. In terms of hype, you don't need me. You don't like. I mean, it's evident that you know what you're doing, and I'm thoroughly impressed with.
Oh no way!
I'm knocking
need
it
you.
out.
I
got like a crumble donut, a cake crumble donut. Hold on, let me just. Oh, I gotta tie my shoe.
Okay. This is not what I want it to look like, but that's okay for right now. We'll just.
Okay. This is what I wanted to show really fast, since somebody did mention it.
Oh, nice.
And you can see, like, this is for boosted boards. Right, we can see we have a couple layouts, right? And kind of check it out. And we could just, like, kind of zoom out and zoom out.
Okay.
And zoom out some more. And,
Oh, wow.
say what? Say what? Say what? It's basically 1,500 artboards here. But the performance is awesome, right?
Yeah. That handles that really
Come
well.
here and, like, work on this. Command 0. Oh, where's that? Command 3. Boop. I'm working on it. Zoom out. You get the idea. And the file, by the way, in terms of size, first of all, there are a lot of, I get it, there's a lot of repeated elements, but I could never imagine opening up even 100 PSD files. Like, would you just, like, why would you do that? 75 megs.
Wow.
So, that's pretty good. But,
It
anyway.
handles it really well.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that screen, right? We can do a calendar view. We're just going to continue duplicating all these artboards.
Yeah.
All right.
Ricardo's never used XD before. First of all, Ricardo, we want to welcome you, man. You just like, you are, by the way, you're quite the man. Look at your profile pic. You are just too cool. Like, I'm into it. Like, I'm like, man, you're freaking.
I'm living for
we
it.
We need to put you in this interface. You're just looking way too cool. Ricardo da Costa. I mean, I'm just like, he's just
Even
like,
the name, like,
he's
right?
just, yeah, just
Couple
oozes
of times.
coolness.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everything. So, Ricardo, to answer your question, like in terms of specs, I can pull up the minimum requirements for XD. In fact, I should do that for the Windows version in particular. But in terms of size and everything, it's like, again, since it's basically a 1.0 product,
Right.
It's basically performance is like the #1 feature that they keep in mind. The team does. They're like,
Sure.
if it's going to hurt performance or bloat or any of that stuff, that's something that nobody on the team wants. So it's kind of nice that they're taking all that into consideration.
We need a calendar.
But it really is the fastest app so I'll do a lot of live streaming on a lot of different software. And like XD is the easiest. I could run live streaming software and run XD and like it's not an issue.
That's always
It's
a plus,
smaller than
though,
my
right?
email. Like obviously, like again, I installed Outlook the other day and the whole Office suite was like 8 gigs. It was crazy. I was like, why?
I just want a calendar.
Ooh, good question, Victor. The difference between dropping in an SVG versus using it in the Creative Cloud library.
Well, I personally like the Creative Library just because we both can put items in there, regardless if it's SVG or not. But you can actually drop an SVG straight into this file.
Yeah.
Right?
And the big thing is that it's going to be, when you're using, like you said, CC libraries, it's going to be linked. So it's going to be green and it's going to have that little chain link icon.
So it's just a little gift, because this is a gift to the world, this feature. Bam.
Boom.
There it is.
There you are. And of course, it's not going to be linked back to that file. And that's the nice thing about even any images that you import, it's not going to be like, like InDesign where it's linking back to that file to where you're going to break it later on. It actually is going to be embedded in the file, So.
I feel. How did...
So Aaron, Zeppelin, you can use, first of all, we haven't even talked about design specs and all that stuff, but Zeppelin is basically a plugin or can be used with XD, just so you know.
Cool. Does the wires have like a calendar example?
A calendar. I tell you one way to, do you want to see a cool...
Yeah. What we doing?
Well, it probably wouldn't be in your assets panel. Because you could search in your assets panel for calendar. That's my first thought.
Let's look.
Nope.
That's all right.
Okay, I'm on it. What do you need? A full calendar? I gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm on the mission here. Let's do this.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, we'll come back to this. And then what else do we have? Let's make. All right, cool. Just make a home page real quick.
I know I've seen we've used calendars before. I just don't know where we grabbed it from.
I mean, I could make it. Easy enough to make. I just want to get this into a prototype soon. I need...
I'm just clicking around. Click, 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 click. I do not know. Oh yeah, I found one. Boom, baby. These are nice.
Yeah, well, can you put that in the assets library?
Yeah, I'll get you all squared away. But check this out. But so basically, if you go to File, Get UI Kits, right over here, more UI kits. In fact, let me just click on this and double check this page. So we just updated this. This is now the UI resources page.
Right on.
It has a number of things, and I've downloaded all of them. But we keep adding to it, so I always have to check it.
Right.
But basically, these are all the ones. I actually grabbed this dashboard UI kit, but so I'll get that to you.
Thanks.
And hey, it's gorgeous and has a lot of cool things, as you can see.
That's clean.
Savings,
that's real clean.
Money. Look at just your love life.
The
just
color scheme.
Increasing.
Purple, blue, and green.
Right? And this, it looks like they actually used the assets panel too, so we can probably change this color if I edit it, because if you want to go more to red, we can see, actually it looks like it's changing that color there. But if I zoomed out, we'd be able to see it change, maybe more on a global scale. But anyways, you get the idea. And we're back. Oh, Sarah has to go. Excuse me. Bye, Sarah. Thank you so much for joining us. Come back soon, Kay. Come back soon, please. right. Oh yeah, so Jan Erik brings up how do I say his name? Jan Erik is right? I feel like I always screw it up. But to answer your question, so the UI kits, we just keep adding to them. So this dashboard UI kit, it's not like we'll go in and update it and you have to re-download it. We just add more UI kits to it, right? I will say that like for older files, since we update XD a lot, there's been cases where, I mean, you just, obviously, the only time something would be outdated or you can't open it or something like that is if you have an older version of XD and you're trying to open up a newer file that's sent to you.
Okay.
So there might be a case on it for UI kits. If you have an older version of XD and it's a newer version of the UI kit, you might not be able to open it. But that's the only sort of snafu you could run into. Why don't you name your artboards?
All right. That's a good question.
You kind of do, though.
I do. Typically, I actually, normally, the answer is yes, I do. But I do it with the numbers, like number 1, right? So this is like the login. So then it kind of goes from there, right? And I think I was just moving a little too quickly. That's probably why. But we can go through and name them. Why not? Right? So let's keep the O2, sign up. We got, what would this be? Sign up, active.
And this gets to be important because when you publish out the prototype, they'll be able to see this name. Let me just double check that. You'll see the name of your project. When you start prototyping these screens, it's helpful to know what screen's what.
Yeah, and that's
because you'll have that drop-down list. I don't know.
It's very useful. Don't get me wrong, for sure. For this one, I was just gonna go in order and just link them like 1 to 2 to 3.
Yeah,
2 to 4.
super easy.
But I definitely get it. My mistake.
So Munir, how do you capture the product vision and display it in a tangible way on the screen? I'm not sure what you mean there. The product vision and
ask a different way, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Like, Munir's basically saying, like, why sum up the product vision and display it on the screen? Like, how visually are we tackling this? That's a good thing to keep in mind.
Okay.
Honestly, I think by the time you've downloaded the app, you already know what you're getting into. So, like, the intro for it, how much sales do you really need?
For the app?
If you've already downloaded and installed the app.
We're talking about the Mentor app, yes.
Yeah, the Mentor app.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just like every other app, you definitely need a marketing plan, right? You need some sort of, I guess like that's what you're talking about, like product vision. I think it's like, look at the bigger picture and what you want to do with it. Like, what's your overall goal, right? Like, what is the business goal? Like, for me, if I were to release this app, I wouldn't charge for it. So, I mean, that doesn't sound great as far as a business goes, but it's like, this is an app to strictly help people and build those relationships with other people. So, to me, it's more important than making, like, maybe it's $1 for an app, icon, whatever. But, like, there's also, ideally, we would take the payments through the app as well. So, there could be a cut on our side as Mentor the app that because we're giving you all these, basically, we're making that connection for you. So, like, that's the convenience factor. People will pay for convenience, right? But if we can get a couple people on board first, prove that credibility of the app, to me, like, I don't know, I'm a firm believer in hearsay is, like, your best thing, right? If someone could be like, hey, I recommend this app because I've used it, that's credibility for one. But two, they trust their friends and trust people that they, like, look up to, right?
And you basically want to build the audience first before you get into, like, how you make money off of it. So you might have how you're actually surviving is usually maybe you have an investor. You're either doing it on your own or you have an investor.
Right.
You build that audience, and then you introduce some way to get paid later down the line.
Right, because I mean, up front, so it's like it's about getting those, like, the traction, right, and user adoption, and making sure you get, like you said, your audience and users on board. So at that point, like, a good way to do it is, like, I'm a big fan of making, like, landing pages, like maybe like an email capture before the app's even, like, a thing, right? It's like to prove that market fit and to prove that, like, hey, it's actually worth investing in or worth put your time and money into, it's like, well, look at all these people that actually would want to use this app.
Yeah.
So that's always a good way to kind of get a good lead generation feel for things, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, email marketing. That some people may disagree with that, but
That's good. I'd use this. I'd be curious about this.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool. Do you feel guilty now?
I do. I feel like super guilty. So I was like,
why don't you name your artboards?
I got called out on it. I'm like, you're right. Let me just let me
Okay.
clean that up real quick. Making me feel bad.
Why don't you name your artboards? Oh man. I will say that another point I'd like to make, even in terms of a couple different sides of this. I really like how you do that, by the way, because sometimes you select an artboard, right, in your layers panel, and then you do Command 3, and you're able to see it. So yeah, I've noticed you use the layers panel to navigate around the file.
For sure, which would also help if I named.
Yeah,
I named my layers.
Dude, you're good. You're good. It is your show.
Yeah.
You could be like, you could do a poem starting at the top, and just each word is like.
I could.
It's a whole thing.
I could be real cute with it. Oh, I'm actually getting rid of
Get
this.
real
We don't
cute
need
with
this
it.
one.
It could be one of those poems that you read it one way down, and you can also read it from the bottom
From
up.
up, yeah. I dig it.
So
All right, let's just keep going.
I
real
like
quick.
the real world. I like the real world you, man. I like
the real world.
seeing how how designers work, like the messiness and everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is really transparent, right? I don't know.
What?
I am a messy designer for sure.
No,
I'm
you're
organized.
You're a
It's
designer
just-
getting things done, and
Yeah.
I like that. I'm like, don't beat yourself up for not naming layers. I feel like people talk about, naming layers. You know what? Freaking, the client's never going to see my layers. I
Never.
understand them.
Never.
Yeah,
And even
I
when
get
you
paid.
hand it
It's
off
like
to-
dirty. It's like messy code. You might think my code's messy. You think the client cares at the end of the day? Sure, they care if the file size is larger. That's one
Right.
thing. But does it matter if you're doing one thing one way versus another? Does it really matter at the end of the day?
No, honestly, because the people that are going to take this file.
Ooh, sorry.
But, oh, no, good for it.
So you can, so that's good. So Tim just kind of mentions that you could actually use little emojis actually in the layers if you wanted to.
Oh, I like that.
So if you, do you know the
Okay.
keyboard shortcut to do it?
It's a control command space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
And then you
working.
can, oh shoot. Oh, you might have to try it in another field and then paste it in. But in
okay.
general, just so you know. Thank you, Tim, for mentioning that.
We're actually getting rid of this one too because it's the white navigation. We don't want that. Over here. Skip this one.
That's good,
oh,
Tim. Good tip.
Video.
Cool.
There we go. All right, we're literally almost there. Me and my guilt, I tell you. 20.
You're almost done. So close.
Because I'm lazier. 22.5.
Oh yeah, resources and books for UI UX designers.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of. There's a book, Lean UX. That's a good one.
Okay.
Big fan of that one. Sprint, but that's more geared toward kind of like tackling problems and solving them as like a collaborative team. So that's a good one. Let me think.
The Design of Everyday Things
Yeah.
is a good book.
That's a good one.
Like jnd.org, Don Norman. JND.
Yeah. There's another book I just bought. It's called Inspired. It's like how to make products people love. So that was a good one.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
This is good. I'll paste in and just like a couple of these resources. Well, that's good. I mean, I think hopefully this is a real world resource.
Yeah.
This video, and yeah, here's the book that you mentioned. So
Oh, 115. That's not right.
I don't know Lean UX. I mean, the
UX is
book.
a really good one. It's kind of how UX design works with an agile environment, but also kind of gives you like nice little tricks and ways to talk to people and like how you should be thinking. And It was really good. Really good book. One of my favorite books, though, which actually relates to this mentor app, it's called Mindset. You ever read it? It's about having like a growth mindset versus like a fixed mindset, and so being able to look at a problem and any setback in life, it's just, if you train your mind to just learn from it and be like, okay, it might be a negative setback, but it's how you handle things, right?
I wonder if do I even have this?
It's a really good book.
Is it this one here?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Sure
anyways, maybe slightly off topic, but mindset. How we can learn to fulfill our potential. Parenting, business, school, relationships. How it will change your life, just like this app will.
Life changing.
I'm into it. And I might actually I wonder if I think I've purchased that book. Mine are all audiobooks, and they're all like cheesy self-help. All of mine.
Oh, all my books are either like UX or product focus or self-help.
Right? That too. It's like no nonsense.
No.
You're just like, you don't mess around.
I'm not a big fan of reading, but if I get like super into it, then like that's the stuff that I find interesting. Anything related to psychology and like human behavior as well. I love that stuff.
Do you think that's maybe I don't know. Maybe that's one of the differences, do you think, between like a UX, UI designer and an illustrator or a painter or a video editor? Like, I'm thinking of all the creative fields. This one is really close to understanding how people work.
Right, because it's at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're making things for people, right? We're all human.
Yeah.
People have bad days, people have good days. The way people approach problems is always going to be different. I think, at the end of the day, like as a designer, it's storytelling, right? You're creating a story, but as a UX designer or a product designer, you're focused on like, I don't know. For me, I'm like on the emotional side of things, so I love bringing some sort of emotion to a person or kind of sparking that. So
yeah.
Let's see, minus 12. All right.
Yeah. So Alexander, you brought up a good point, because Alexander's saying you visually have the interface of the iPhone X there. Mm-hmm. When you go to test it on the phone, you're gonna have a virtual interface on top of the real interface. If you
but we can hide all that, right? So it's just to make sure you account for it, because if I don't see it, I tend to forget about it a little bit. And having that notch, it's really, to be honest, it's less of like the curved edge. It's more about that notch at the top. That's really all it helped me do. And also having the notch at the bottom, because these are real, that's real, right? You can't really get rid of that kind of stuff. So I went.
Aaron Borst, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and people like you. I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, people like you. Where is that from? I think I know. Is that from John? What is it? Stuart Small? It's basically from SNL. It's from SNL. I know, from Saturday Night Live. It's a skit from 10 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I was watching SNL 10 years ago.
It's all good.
I'm a child.
Oh, a U.S. senator said it. Okay. I'm way off. Close
enough.
That was on SNL, right? It's like, if it's not on a cartoon or a comedy show, then I don't know it.
That is funny.
I don't know. Anyways, who knows? That's what Tom said, but yes. So you got a scheduled call?
Yeah, so from here,
Log.
actually, we're going to put this over here. And that's only because maybe it's for me. I'm
Stuart
right-handed.
Smalley. Thank you, Aaron. Stuart Smalley. Oh, Tom Sherrill. Well, that was a joke that it was a U.S. senator. I'm not with it, man. You guys are. Al Franken. Oh, Stuart, who plays Stuart Smalley on Saturday Night Live. But maybe he could be a mentor in this app. Stuart Smalley. And he is a U.S. He was, I don't know, was he a senator? He's basically in politics, and I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know if he was senator. Oh, he is a senator now. All right. I'm an idiot. I'm going to crawl under this desk right now.
Oh, you know what I'm going to do?
Is this, so when we're looking at Cindy Lou, ooh, good job. Everybody see that?
That was See, I learned from my mistakes from yesterday. That repeat grid.
Yeah.
It's a life. Oh, I didn't do the bounding box. Every time.
Well, I agree with you in that it should just be transparent. Why does it have to block it into this thing?
I agree. So that's okay. You know what? As that being said, we can work around that. So that's okay.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
Right,
Tim
cool.
is right. He's like, chat does know everything, by the way, in this case. Okay, there you go. Good, sweet. It's nice that those repeat grids, you can do the negative space, and those can, like, those shadows can blend one into another.
Right.
That looks
All
good.
right, I'm here for it. There we go. Thriving, except for that part.
Very cool.
But if I do this,
Exactly. Caroline, the bounding box does help with the shadows. It's basically just a little invisible box, allows it so the shadows don't get cut off.
I need to get the. I'll figure this out, and then I'll put this into a prototype quickly.
It's looking good. What are you looking for? I think it's awesome.
The bottom part is getting cut off.
Oh.
Maybe it's
Yeah, I
because
see
they're
what you're
just-
saying.
they're just too close together.
I would just like overlook it.
You're right. You're
Just
right.
be like,
I'm just gonna put it to 5. And call
what
it a
will
day.
be kind of nice here is when we get into, and we should actually get in. You know what we need to do is we need to link up all these screens and then play with transitions. Like in this case, maybe this is you could actually pin everything down, most things down. This could scroll
Scroll
up
in
from
there.
the bottom, like. But you could have the
I also
you know
like
some
this.
things fixed, whatever.
I like having this at the bottom. Interesting.
Munir likes it. He says it's an awesome app. Munir, can I put you in my pocket and have you hang out with me like all the time? Like, it's the positivity I love. I just want to like.
do.
Some people you want to just keep.
About
Will
it.
you just hang out with me? You just positive and like good comments and just
All
like,
right.
feel like $1 million.
So if do we have a way to distribute these, by the way?
What's that?
Distribute.
The app?
Oh, just kind of did it. We're good.
Ooh,
I just to
that's
see
a good.
evenness.
Did everybody see that? That's really cool. So you did
Yeah,
that with
so if
artboards.
If I select all the artboards and kind of
Yeah.
distribute them evenly, it'll put the correct space. in
Otherwise,
between.
it'd drive you crazy.
It did. Like the empty spaces kill me. You know, I know I don't name my artboards
It's,
very well.
it's kind of
so-
fascinating. Like, yeah, maybe aside from rotate, like an artboard is just like any other object.
Right.
The only thing you can't do with it is like obviously like rotate it, but it's just like any other shape.
Fair. All right. So let's get this into. If I just go to prototype, right?
That's right, Tim. We have drop. We're into the drop shadows.
Yeah.
Everything
all
gets
day,
a drop shadow.
Everything.
But you know what? This is the thing. It's all about how you use it, man.
So, you know what I forgot? I forgot this piece right here.
Ooh, Caroline, that's a good point. Sort of like what shadows do is they kind of treat things like with a certain amount of hierarchy. You know, this is in front of something else. So that is a good call.
All right, now we can prototype. Just do it through here. So, no, let's.
So,
What do I want? The animation. Do we want it to push left? Yeah. Okay.
Caroline talks about skeuomorphism, like coming back, maybe in a different way. Skeuomorphism being literally on your desktop, the fact that you have files and folders, that's skeuomorphism. You know, the whole idea of taking a real world object and simulating it digitally.
Right.
We did get out of hand there for a bit, like I think, and it was like a lot of fun to play with.
These are just all wrong. That's okay. We're just gonna continue linking them.
Work it. So you are noticing, yeah, you can like click inside of something and.
I like that a lot because you're not just like doing the
not-
artboard. You're clicking on an actual button.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot. That is.
Yeah. And even so, say for instance, you have the nav bar at the bottom. If that was an asset in your, if that was a symbol, you can actually dig into each one and have that
have
link
it
to
linked.
different places.
Nice. Oops.
Yes, Caroline, I agree. I love a good lens flare. They're just talking about lens, like skeuomorphism and folders and bevels and brushed metal. Like, oh, you did brushed metal? That's so cool. Look at that. How'd you create that? With a lens flare. Bing. I'm into it.
Let's see here.
Do you know Illustrator has a lens flare tool?
Does it?
Yeah.
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I've never used it, but it actually is in there. It's a vector-based, but it's pretty fascinating. Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
How's everybody doing today? Everybody good?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Ooh! Jan Eric talks about the Winamp skins from like the 90s. Remember Winamp, little MP3 player?
I do.
I loved
I
that.
did that.
I love like reskinning those, like, oh man, I love customizing that. So awesome.
That was, I don't know, it was a good time. I feel like
I want more of that.
times when, like,
I want to customize everything.
Right? Everything.
I want to customize everything. Like, I feel like my whole desktop I should be able to tweak everything. I want Comic Sans everywhere. Make it Comic Sans. I'm just really annoyed. That'll keep somebody from stealing your computer, like
that's very
messing
true.
with your stuff.
I can't remember where we were yesterday, but we saw a sign that had Comic Sans on it, and
I would be like, good.
Good
I
for
like
you.
it. Makes me smile.
Does it?
I'm like, you really use Comic Sans? I'm like, I don't know if you did it on purpose or an accident, or if you're doing it ironically. In the Bay Area, you're doing it ironically, by the way. That's probably what they're doing.
100%.
They know what they're doing. Love it. I love seeing Comic Sans. It just makes me, because it's so silly. Or Curls with a Z.
Oh,
Curls
yeah,
with a
yeah,
Z
yeah. Okay.
it's on the Mac, but yeah, it's just super fun to. So we're linking this up, just so you know. Yeah, Kyle clicked in the prototype tab. You're not going to have that properties panel on the side.
I need to fix this. So there's that. Let's continue.
Wait, where's Curls? Maybe it is on PC. Wow. Huh. Either way, good times. Yes, Jason's we're reminiscing on old technology. Word art, like Microsoft Word, you had Word art, like you select text and it's like pew, gradient, drop shadow. It's coming out at you.
That was like the first design thing I've ever seen.
Right?
I mean, it's design. It's
no.
design,
That's probably we could joke about it all day long, but that's that could be how people got started in design.
100%.
You know, like let me make something different. I will say that the next level of that, and I'm going to try to plug in my phone. I might ask somebody for a cable in this room. Hey, DJ Pac-Man, can you hand me my bag? I just need to grab a cable out of it. So I think what actually people will use, like, thank you, just starting out, like sort of for a layman, is like using Adobe Spark. We have Spark Page Post Video, but Spark Post is awesome. So you basically, it will allow you to do, it's like amazing word art, but it's like, it's just really cool. So check out Adobe Spark Post, if you're not aware of it. So shout out to that team. Yes, DJ Pac-Man's in the house, mixing up all the fresh tunes daily, baking them up, serving them up to you, hot and fresh.
Serving
That's a great job. All right. Let's plug this in. So another reason I got this cable as well is we could do all our prototyping and all that stuff if we want to as well.
Cool. Right on. Let's just keep that there. Need a back button here. Yes.
I got to meet Don Norman
Really?
probably about a month ago. Here he is.
That's awesome.
Fun fact. So we were talking about resources. Here's Don Norman. So we're talking like pretty much the design of everyday things. He's the writer for it. But he's super funny because he doesn't know how to pose in photos at all. Like, look, he's looking at me.
Yeah.
He's like,
aren't you supposed to like look away?
Yeah, you're like, look at the camera. He's just like staring at me like I'm a weirdo. And like, so, and then his staff was like, yeah, he doesn't know how to pose for, he doesn't know how to act when there's a camera around. I'm like, he better get used to it because he's well known and just the nicest guy ever. So he's down in San Diego, which is, we have a guest here from San Diego, Lisa, from 11 to 1. So you know she will be up next. We have about like 8 minutes and then we'll do the portfolio reviews.
Okay,
so you better freaking hustle.
Let's hustle.
We gotta
now.
hustle.
I was ahead. Now we're just, it's that naming the layer, I tell you.
That threw you off.
It really threw me off.
I feel
Caught me off
horrible
guard.
because I didn't make those icons for you. I feel so bad. I
We
put a
got
couple in there and I just like, we're just gonna cruise by those screens.
Yeah. All right, cool. So here we go. Let's see where we leave off. I think it's almost ready. Yeah, this one. I want to do here. That's what I want to get rid of this one. Can I just get rid of it? Oh, I
Yeah,
delete
pull it
that.
off. Just like pull it. Oop, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Which again, that's kind of hard to figure out, by the way. Like
It is.
you're like, and then you feel like an idiot if you don't know it. You're like,
I
oh,
thought I
of
could just hit
course.
like delete, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
0, 1. Let's see here. Why?
And this is a case, I'm glad you did this. So this is another case where you do this sort of invisible bounding box if you wanted a larger hit area.
Okay. So where? Question for you. Why can't I select the transition here? I mean, dissolve is fine. That's okay. I just didn't know if it's gonna go.
What are you pointing? What to what?
I'm just pointing this arrow to this other
To
point.
there. So select it again. Sorry, this is like so. Click on the other end of it. I don't know why that matters. Are you up to date on your Creative Cloud subscription?
I
'Cause
sure
we start
am.
taking away features if you're not. Just kidding.
Well, I was just-
I'm just joking. We start removing buttons as the
Yeah.
more
right.
overdue you are.
So let's just.
That is fascinating. I'd have to take a.
There we go. That one worked. So let's dissolve that too. All right.
I'd have to really think about that. Why that would be happening.
Let me get in there. There we go.
All right, so we'll do portfolio reviews soon.
All right. So then if I play. Right on. Yeah. Okay. So sign up. Right. Oop. Where'd it go? There we go. Where did I link that? I think I didn't link that one. Let's see. There we go. None. So now if we hit play. Don't have an account. Active. Logging in. This is nice. That's pretty cool. So I can design, continue, input some items, continue again, continue. I do want to filter and see what my filters are, so that's kind of cool. Cool. Little Paul, I can message you. If I go back, let's just pretend that you accepted my my mentor request, right?
Sure.
Oh, what's going on here? Okay. I know what it is.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? The black bars.
Oh, because the page is a different size.
Yeah, but what? Did I do that?
I'll show you what the situation is. We could.
Okay.
I think we should make one page like scrollable, but I don't want to throw you off. We could fix that though.
Yeah,
no
you're
problem.
good. Yeah, so then from here, I guess not. Okay. So let me just go back. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, Caroline, you
That's
can
pretty
you can record the prototype interaction for sure. Oh, so we did make the page a different size. Look at how the one next to it.
Yeah, I don't know why though, or how.
I think I threw you off because I said, "Oh, make it bigger. You could put the bar." Blah blah blah. Like it was all my fault.
It's okay.
It was my fault.
That's all right. We'll figure it out. It's this one.
But the thing is if you select that page, the one with my face, like
it's 20.
and then you hit preview, it will open with that size.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know. So if you do need to test out that part, but
If
either
I
way.
play from here.
Yeah, if you hit play from there, you won't have the black bars. It just opens up the full screen.
Okay.
But
That's
if
a
you
rookie
wanted to,
mistake.
I think for this page, can we just show everybody real fast? Yeah. Let's do this. So let's pretend like this is going to be a scrollable page. We will select the. There we go.
And pin it.
Or excuse me.
Or
Yeah, you can pin it. Sure, do it.
yeah.
Pin that. Boop.
Fixed position.
Now let's select the artboard as a whole. So the title, or however you want to do that.
Yep.
And then over in your properties panel, we have vertical scrolling, and we want to change the viewport height.
Okay.
So just do something smaller,
600.
round it down. But
Okay.
what essentially happened there is you have this little fold line. So you
Okay.
could just grab and adjust that, like put that like right there, perfect.
Yeah.
Now let's so sorry, this is
No, you're good.
hard to explain. So you typically have content that goes clear down, like underneath that, clear down further
Right.
on the artboard. And this,
We'll
the
stick
thing
to
is,
the
if this
bottom.
is pinned, you need to make sure that that's above that blue line.
This right here.
Yeah, you need to make sure this bar right here, you need to move it up.
Oh, okay.
Like, because if it's fixed, this is your viewport area, everything above that blue line, but you pinned something below it, so you're never gonna see
So you're
it.
never gonna see it, so it's gonna look like that.
Perfect.
Yes.
And then yeah, perfect. And then just like make the artboard longer. You can pin stuff. You can have all sorts of fun.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Oop.
So yeah, there you go. And then just like again, if you had like my body copy, if there was more of it and it pushed everything down,
Let's make more of these.
you can
now.
scroll that
Let's
all day
see.
long.
Right? Like
Yeah,
that. Okay.
perfect. Oh yeah. Yep. Look at all those
Oh, I dig it.
portfolio
Okay.
pieces and credentials and
So then if I just hit
awards.
play
Yeah.
on here, can I select the artboard? Yeah.
So
Right on.
now it's pinned.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And obviously, you can pin the stuff on the top, all that good stuff.
Right on.
You get it.
Right on. That's
all.
awesome.
Destiny, how are you doing?
cool.
It's going well here. We're happy to have you. We're less than a minute away before we dive into portfolio reviews. I think this is looking fantastic.
So if we're from here. Yeah, that was right. Oh, that's why. I do need to put that 44 pixel touch point.
There you go. That invisible box.
Yeah.
I feel like even after the stream, you're still going to be working on this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just
And
gonna
we're
put
like,
it.
hey
I'm gonna put it
man,
up.
you don't. I want you to post it. I want to actually see this made. Actually, that'd be awesome.
I'm about it. I like it a lot. So let's see.
Yeah.
Now if I hit play from here, I should be able to touch it. Yes. Now we are cooking. Oh, that's my fault again.
Oh yeah.
Cool. It's all there though.
Yeah, and that would be another use case for the scrollable and pinned. Very cool.
I dig it. This turned out really nice.
Fantastic.
Turned out very well.
Turned out awesome. Really into it. But this is good. It's a good time. Looks like it says 0-0 for portfolio submissions.
Right
deadline.
on. Okay.
Just in time, Enos shows up. He's back. We're happy to have you back. We're happy that everybody's here. We're going to dive into portfolio reviews. We're going to blast off into portfolio reviews. What's up? We're out in outer space. Oh, the air is breathable because we're still in our spaceship. Let me do the controls.
I feel stunning.
You want to wear this all the time? I
Every
want to wear
day.
this on the plane later today when I catch my flight. I want to bring this with me.
Okay.
Let me take it
No, I
off.
support it.
Fantastic. So we blasted off. We have so many amazing portfolios. We need to get an aerial view of them. And the first one we're going to review, again, we're just going to review a couple because we want to spend some quality time with them. And we're going to be spending some quality time with Wahib Kirkeni. Hopefully Wahib is joining us. This is a dashing young man who happens to be a computer science engineering student
Impressive.
in Tunisia.
Right on.
This guy's like way smarter than me, I can tell.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Looking at the profile picture alone, he's like, yeah.
He's like, I know my stuff.
I'm your boss. I'm gonna be your boss someday. Let's just get used to it.
Fair enough.
Confidence, just exuding confidence. So okay,
Profile picture says it all. Like, there it is.
I'm following you. I'm stalking you. Let's scroll down. Student, obviously, a little bit of focus, illustration, UX,
Cool.
UI, advertising. So that's very cool. And feel free to add as much as you want here. I like being able to jump out your social media profiles, be smart there as well. But let's dive in and take a look at these projects. Oh, I love it. I'm really digging this flat illustration.
Same.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
But let's
use of flat.
let's actually just jump into this one just for fun.
Cool.
So we've been talking about flat design and line icons and different things, and here we have.
I like the
this
trees.
flat. Yeah,
Like the
trees are
different
fun.
options of those trees too. So that's
Yeah,
kinda
those circles.
Cool. But
Very
also how he
cool.
cuts it in half, like a flat, like
Oh,
material style.
And this one's good too, like this split there, kind of.
I like the subtle circle shadow under the lamp post.
Oh
lamp.
yeah, that's good.
What's wrong with me?
Oops, sorry. Sorry.
So subtle details, I
is.
like that. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I agree. It's the little things. Even that, I think you'd appreciate this. Like, there's like a subtle gradient here too. It feels like.
Yeah.
So these little details like make
So
projects.
it's like that polishing pieces, right? Like ties it together.
Yeah. And this is really fun. I like using these like white. It looks pretty good. I would maybe adjust the transparency. I would almost do the times. I know he's doing the thick and thin. You could just like make the times semi-transparent, so they
Right.
kind of take a tint of blue, so everything isn't white.
Yeah.
So that might add some visual depth.
Because my
to
eyes
it.
go to the time first.
Yeah.
But it's equally important of what the
Yeah.
like what
In
the
fact,
content
even
is during
more
that time,
important,
right?
Because
Yeah.
like I'm more interested in the topic, and then I'm like, okay, where do I have to be?
Yeah.
Like,
I
at
think
what
transparency would
time?
work really well there too.
But this is great. These little spot illustrations.
I was gonna
very
say put like the
airy.
clouds in the right area to fill
Yeah.
up that space.
Totally. But this is a great job.
Yeah.
Great job on that illustration.
I
I,
like
know
that a
it's
lot.
UX UI day today, but we had to dive into that.
Still.
Let's move on up to this one, the Adobe XD Daily Challenge for day 2. So this is what we want to see. We've probably already reviewed this one, but
Maybe
I like.
a different time. Like, I don't think
Oh, it
I've
could have been
seen
a
this
different time.
one,
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, so Wahib just knocked this out the other day. And this is really fun.
That is really
I don't know
nice.
where he got it, but
I don't
I'm
know.
into it.
Presentations,
And,
everything.
Cool. Little agenda for the screens, and then we can dive into the live
Oh, yeah, let's see that.
preview. Hold on one sec. Why can I not click on that? Oh, here it is. The live preview is below it. That's not a link.
Oh,
So
okay.
here it is. Boop.
Cool.
Loading in. This is for the customer survey, which is right down here. Adorable.
Cool.
See that?
That is. I also like that he
Okay.
included a frowny face because sometimes people, you know, it's not always going to be happy.
Yeah. Clicking right there. Hello.
Okay.
Ooh, that's nice. That's kind of that's a subtle blur.
That is a subtle
You see
blur.
what's happening? It's just like semi-transparent with a little bit of
A little
blur.
bit blur because the pictures are a little blurred out there.
Just a little bleed.
The one thing, I don't know. This might be a little too detaily, but like the sharp edge on the pop-up,
right here.
yeah, right there, maybe around that.
It looks like you're saying it on the screen.
There we go. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Just screaming out loud.
This is a little sharp though. This point.
Yeah, just like the rest of it's very rounded and circle elements.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that's
Yeah.
just a small detail thing.
I'm into it. Yeah, have a few minutes. Yeah, we do have a few minutes.
Cool.
We have plenty of minutes for you. Overall experience was, I love that slider. I clicked through that way too fast, but that's a great slider in terms of a customer review.
Right.
Having that be a slider from happy to sad.
It'd be really cool if the closer it gets to one of those icons, they get bigger. Suddenly,
Yeah,
right? Like,
or maybe the bar, if the bar changed color.
yeah.
So if it went, I don't know, I guess
Happy.
like yellow to red, or I don't
Yeah.
know what it would be.
Okay. Like green to red, yellow
Green
to
to
red.
red,
Yeah.
green to red, thank you.
I feel you.
Into It, great job. Again, you might have
Love that.
have reviewed this. Thank you. Boom, breaking the border.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let's move on. Let's grab this Krypton one just for fun.
Sure.
Krypton, elevate your collection smarter.
I like to use the icons faded in the background.
During an Xcoding challenge under the cryptocurrency theme. In Tunisia. This is slick.
Very. Oh, see, this presentation is very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I would soften up the shadows just a little bit, though.
Okay.
They're a little harsh,
Okay.
but all in all, this is really nice. This is really nice.
I knew you'd like it. I mean,
I
look,
know.
this is like taking
Using
a
my
page
color,
out of-
you're like using my favorite
Okay.
colors. Like you're just.
I love
You're
this,
giving me life with
though.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on
Like-
the top one too. He kind of like faded it out like transparent on the very first screen, like the very first header. The use of the icons there in the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Right, like-
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, that's awesome.
No, you did a really
That
good
is
job with this.
very, very clever and nice. Great presentation. This would get you a job. I'm into it.
100%.
I would want to know, honestly, like what he did and didn't do. Like if there were other roles to this that I just don't know. Like I don't know if he made this logo. By the way, I want to know that he
Yeah.
made this logo. Like
No, it's true. Yeah, like I want to know like your role in the entire project, right?
yeah, and if you did everything, like tell everybody you did.
Oh, for sure.
Because this is just mad props. I'm really into it.
Right. But even like the UI, it's very clean. I also like they include all the screens, right?
Yeah.
'Cause you see a lot of times people kind of include like one or two screens, and it's cool. But like case studies like this is really nice.
Yeah, even this. Thank you for watching.
Yep.
Much appreciated. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
look at
I'm
him.
definitely going to.
Signature at the bottom.
Yeah, thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, that's not really nice, yeah.
Presentation A+, design A+.
I'm about it.
And we just say brag about yourself more.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Tell us
Honestly,
more. Like
tell us more.
we're gonna love it
A little snapshot here,
for
but
sure.
you know.
I also like maybe like including like the problems you faced with this, right? Because like I don't know, I'm a big fan
yeah.
of knowing like, you know, maybe like what you said, like maybe whatever stuff that you tried that just didn't work out. Because people love to hear that kind of stuff. That's how people learn. And for sure.
Van Damme loves it. Does everybody like it? I think Wahib did a great job. And there's more that we can dive into. Let's just grab it like one more real fast. An agenda. Yeah, why not? Last one, just pretty images. There's a lot of colors.
A lot of color swatching.
I would want to know more about this. There's a lot of colors. But sure. Love it. Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I like the backgrounds.
Yeah.
The subtle background.
Yeah, these projects, like A+ in terms of like presentation.
For
and
sure.
everything.
Very well laid out.
Into it. Wahib's gonna be my boss someday. It's very good. I'm really appreciating it. Let's move on to the next one. We have Sam King. Congratulations. Sam King is also a graphic design student from Hitchin, UK. Little link out to his portfolio.
Okay.
He has an Adobe portfolio, so this will be cool. Let me
Right on.
actually click on that. So all of these projects you can turn into your own portfolio website.
Okay.
And it's really easy, so you get to pick the layout. So that's probably what we'll review, but I want to kind of dive into...
A little bit about him.
Graduate in graphic communication design. Worked on a wide range of projects for different clients, such as branding. He's worked marketing, general graphic design. The passion for app and web design has led him the direction of aspiring to break into UX and UI design. I love it when people say currently available full-time roles.
Yeah.
Like they ask
know.
for what they want.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's a good call. Well said, well spoken. You're obviously very accomplished just by looking at his portfolio here, right?
It's got a lot of different work.
Yeah. And again, these should, so we see wallet, we'll see the Adidas land page. We go over here, we'll see the same wallet.
That's cool though.
Yeah, isn't this?
Lays it out nicely.
Yeah. Let's dive into this Adidas landing page.
Yes, please.
Impossible is nothing. You may also, oh, I didn't know that was part of it, but look, that's cool. Adidas landing page.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is cool, dude. Even on just sort of a gray gradient up here.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's subtle. Gradient. I like the shape, the shoe and the cutout.
Yeah.
Of the diagonal shape.
That is very cool. I will. What are any thoughts?
The 2 buttons, the login and shop now. I don't know. For me, it's like hard to know which one to look at first.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh, login, shop now.
Because they just look very similar, which consistency is great, but they do 2 different actions. I don't know. Maybe it's just, but yeah.
And I kind of want them to be lined up on the same baseline. I'm noticing that the spacing here is not equal. Like this is shifted down a little bit.
And if you would maybe align it with the text where the price is on the shoe, like keep it all left aligned. So
and maybe even this information does it go down here?
Yeah.
So it's not competing like you're saying up at the top.
Yeah, because what you could do is just expand that navigation across, right, and just have the shoes kind of rotate through, but you know what I mean. Like if you move the name of the shoe, the price, and the button below the shoe, like you just said, and then expand the navigation across, like the search.
Maybe all the way across. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
There's just I don't know. Like the navigation breaks out with the login, but then you also have another piece to it, the search. So it's still one because you group them together, but they just look like.
I like how he took little information. And like this would fail as a design if he didn't add this. This is what makes it strong.
It breaks it apart. It breaks it apart. And
breaks it up, like again, like kind of grounds it. Otherwise, everything's gonna float around, and you're gonna feel the need to like group things.
There'd be a lot of white space, white space is great, but it does break it up.
Ooh, oh, good call, Linda Friday, misspelling and impossible. That's something I would do.
Though. Yeah, for sure.
We would do that.
Ask any of my coworkers.
No shame.
Spelling is not my
spelling is impossible.
That's why I use Cupcake Ipsum. I'm like, it's all fake. It's okay.
That's funny. No, that's good. We do that. I will say also, like, look at the arrows that happen. So he obviously has this big arrow right here, but the shoe kind of it's kind of pointing this way. I feel like my eye should go that direction.
Fair.
I would actually flip the shoe.
And have it point with the
into
with
the
direction.
page,
like
the direction you want your eye to go.
Right.
But otherwise, like, it's amazing. Yeah, just a lot of good feedback on this one design. You know, let's go with this. Actually, no, let's go to Wallet because this is his latest project.
Okay.
Mobile wallet app. So it's basically a digital wallet. No need for cash, blah, blah, blah. Contactless for in-store payments. And we have right in here a video. Cool.
Right on.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. But wow, this could go in your portfolio too.
It really could. Like, the waves, the gradients.
Are you two like brothers
on
or
the
something?
same page.
You're.
I'm about it.
I like the color coding, so the colors being picked, for a reason.
Right, because then when you go through to it, yeah.
Let's just get out of this, boop, and scroll down. Just get a better idea of some of these things.
Presentation's very clean.
So yeah, this was the help screen was blue, and that color coding worked out quite well. Fantastic.
Yeah, I like that one. Fantastic.
Let's go back. Cool logo too for Sam King. Isn't that cool?
It's different. It's clean, but I don't know. It gives like a really Is modern the right word? No.
Modern? I think it's pretty modern.
Like a good feel. It's very clean. It's thin lines.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like abstract at the same time. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I bet you if he what Sam could do, I bet you anything he could do he could for his logo. This is what I would do. I would take this S, I'd flip it, and I'd make it perfectly balanced because basically this S reversed makes the K.
Yeah. Okay.
I want you to be able to flip this anyway, and it will always read S and K.
That'd be pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I forget what it's called. Was it an ambigram? If you read something like upside down, right side up, forward, backward, you could make your logo an ambigram. That'd be super sick. Let's dive into this one right now because we're all about BMWs. Why not?
Ew.
Ooh. So this is we've been making, mobile designs, but you can also make a whole website.
Nice use of imagery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, works.
Yeah.
What?
I would put
Talk
all
to
the
me.
buttons on the same line as well.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I understand there'd be a lot of white space, but realistically, you can make that on the dev side too. Always line up at the bottom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think you'd have to resolve that because I agree. It's
just, because you either like read in a line or there is a wave line that people can read in for sure, but just it might look a little bit more organized.
This is really smart. I'm really into
The cutouts.
this cutout.
Yeah.
That thin line, like well played.
Right.
Good use of font nice and clean. Yeah, I just say those buttons, but this is definitely excellent design, and there happens to be an alternate design. Oops.
Nice.
There we go.
Again, these images are well used.
Mm-hmm. I like this little notch cut out.
Mm.
This is super clean. Yeah.
I don't know about you. Would you make those buttons a little larger?
I would. I feel like this compared to the text next to it,
Right.
like look at how
It kind
small
of almost
that
get a little
is.
lost, especially
Yeah.
in the hero image, right? In the
I
main
like
header.
how it's again like kind of half off and half on.
Mm-hmm.
Just
It's like breaking a grid in a way. I dig it.
And what do you think about? It looks like it's centered here.
Right.
Would you center it or would you?
I would
like,
left align it.
Okay, left align. put it
Yeah,
right
just to
here.
keep the consistency of things, because your eye's still going down in a line, right? And
And I think what's bothering me is like, yes, it is centered here in this box, but it's not centered in this text. So you just kind of run
Correct.
into those issues.
right.
And,
The other thing is maybe on like the line height. There's what was the tool? It's like text golden ratio, and it's basically, I think it's a website.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's also like plugins for it too. But basically, it takes the space you're putting your text in, and the font size, and it gives you like the perfect line height for that for readability.
Gotcha.
Sometimes you have to bump it up a little bit still, but it gives you
Yeah.
roughly like the minimum line height for sure.
Because
Real useful.
Yeah, because basically what you're calling out is like there might be a lot of space right in here.
Right.
All right. Into it.
But I do like the consistency though of all the pictures having the cutouts.
Yeah.
Like even like the large images that go full width still have a cutout at the top corner, right? Same thing for the small ones. Yeah, just left align those buttons and make them a little larger.
Yeah, I agree. Just really just some minor button issues, and that's it. And
Nice.
yeah, great job.
Strong.
Fantastic. Strong designs. Sam King in the house does a great job, and he's really into. We have a lot of so many. Well, how we doing on time? We really only have like less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
But my favorite movie of all time, right here, Thor Ragnarok. So it's like a movie website. Watch now, save for later. No, you watch now because that is a good movie. But yeah, cool. A little small in this context. It's like super small even when I try to make it larger. But obviously really talented using multiple apps.
Yep.
I appreciate you, man. Good stuff.
Oh, nice.
Outlining
He breaks the dots.
colors. Yeah. Just some of these could be a little larger, but
Larger, maybe like something behind the
here,
cards.
I think
like,
we're kind of running into. Oh, sorry. This is just one image. but again, like a button issue thing here.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you think?
Yeah, not only like a button issue, but even like it is on
Or
a
title.
it's just it's like a white screen with cards on top of it. So it's like maybe like adding some sort of background element to it, even if it's subtle. Use your waves, use some square cutouts or something.
And do you if you make it black, all those images are really going to pop. It's
Right,
might
for sure.
be more like a theater type mode. I think the curves of these corners are a little
too
extreme.
much. Yeah. Also the spacing between sections, right? Give it some space, give it some like area to breathe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like between the I don't know if those are buttons or labels, like right, like section labels. So like giving that some space between the other groupings,
Yeah.
you know? Because you can, you know.
I think you're right. I don't think these need to be a separate shape. I would literally do movie collections. What I would almost do is make that a really big, thin font that's light gray, put it in the background, stretch it out, make it big.
Right.
And that's like a background, and this is
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, that's
something
true.
like that. But
Yeah, even Evan brought up a good point, like very light gray horizontal lines between sections.
okay,
Give a good spacing
horizontal
as well, right?
lines.
You can break out very nicely.
Yeah,
If you want to keep like the background all white, yeah, it's a good way to do it for sure.
yeah, and it looks like it does get a little more complex. I really do like these. This whole idea, and you were doing this
categories?
too.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing like a pill shape outline and text in
Right.
there. It's kind of fun. They look like candies. I want to eat them. I want to eat the categories. Wides words. Yeah, Evan. Cool. From Peter Del Tano. Peter, welcome, buddy. Just in time. We were just reviewing good old Sam King's portfolio, and things get really interesting right in here. This works. This screen totally works. Right? I don't know where the green's coming from, but I'm sure it has reason.
Probably, yeah. Even if you like make some of the icons gray just to break out the green, right? Maybe it's
What's this?
too much green.
I think he should have did Star Wars, but he should put a Star Trek image in there. Just to mess
really
with
just
people.
mess with people.
Yeah. Like have Spider-Man, but it's really Deadpool. A picture of Deadpool in there. Right here.
That's how people would
Watch
feel.
Spider-Man. Watch Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
And it's like Deadpool. But this is good, gorgeous images. Great job, man. And honestly, I think this is really fun. If you kind of want to break into the industry, take something that you just really love, and like you could redesign a website. You can make up your own.
Yeah.
Anything.
Like that's how you
It
practice
could
to get better, right?
You could literally take Netflix. Say, I'm going to make my own Netflix. But like, I think the subject matter for his site is like pretty fun.
Very.
And I think you just keep yourself interested in.
Yeah, because that's like, if you pick something you can relate to, right? It's easier to make more products out of that than it is to like pick something you don't really know much about or maybe you find boring. Like,
Yeah. Be
for
good.
sure. Yeah.
So hopefully everybody appreciated that. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you, Sam King. Thank you, Wahib, as well. So a special thank you to the one and only Kyle Grady. We're going to go weep off camera now because I'm just like really appreciating
the last
having
day.
you. It's our last day. He's
It's an
hopefully hang
emotional
out
ride.
for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
For a little while.
I'm here.
Hang out with us.
So watch other streams and
Yeah. Give Kyle a thank you. We have hand claps from the back. We see you back there. Because next up, we have Lisa's in the house. So stick around for her, Marissa Blair, as well.
All right.
Thank you so much, everybody.
well, thanks
Stay
everybody.
tuned.
Take
Thank
care.
you, sir.
Thank you.